By now we've probably all seen the news that the league is exploring new options to return soon. As of now, the one that's gaining the most steam centers around a May start time. In this video, I'll be going over that plan, as well as bringing up a valid question. Should baseball even come back? And if so, when? So let's take a look at what that May plan would entail. What we're looking at here is baseball returning in May in Arizona. They would either play in Chase Field or any other spring training complexes. Obviously no fans would be allowed. The players would essentially be on lockdown in their hotel rooms unless they're playing games. Several new rules would also be put into effect in order to ensure the safety of the players, such as an electronic strike zone, the ban of mound visits, and the implementation of 7-inning doubleheaders as the form of games. This plan is obviously contingent to the fact that testing for the coronavirus is made more available. The safety of these players is priority number one, 100%. However, these players would have to completely leave their families for possibly in excess of 4 months straight. I'm not quite sure how many of them would be willing to do that. From what we've seen in the news, this virus is getting worse and worse, and nobody really knows what it's going to do next. There's too much uncertainty surrounding this plan. I just can't support this. Look, I obviously want baseball to return as much as the next guy, but at what cost? I think the league, what they should do is just wait it out. You don't see the NBA or the NHL rushing to come back. Suppose an early return fails and makes matters worse. Then what? It's just too risky. Now, the league has discussed another plan to have the league start in September and have a World Series last all the way in December, playing on neutral ground. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the specifics on that one, but I'm sure more information is going to come out about that. But they'd have to be absolutely sure that they can safely play. The most important thing that they can do right now is not be too anxious to return and come back too early. And we're seeing in the news, many cities are extending their shelter in places as more hotspots are popping up. At this point, is returning to baseball really the most important priority right now? It just makes more sense to wait it out and see where things are in a couple months, and then reevaluate their position. It pains me to say it, but we may have to embrace the possibility of having no season at all. To me, I just don't see a plan that makes sense for a return as of now. It just seems too risky. And I'm sure more discussions will be had and new plans will be hatched, so we'll see what happens. But for now, we can only wait and see how this virus progresses. So, if we were to have no season, what would that mean? From what the league has said, all player service time would still go on, meaning that players that are on their last year of team control will become free agents at the end of the year, regardless of whether they play a game or not. Imagine, the Dodgers having to lose Mookie Betts in free agency without him even taking the field once for the Dodgers? It's things like these that give me hope that the owners are going to be motivated to return because of this. As it stands, I do see the league returning this year at some point, but the only way that makes sense is that the virus slows down, and as of now, there's no timetable for that happening. Thank you so much for watching. With this quarantine going on, I'll be definitely using this channel more often, so be sure to keep an eye out for more videos. Be sure to like this video and comment what you think the league should do. Stay healthy, and as always, I'll see you on the next edition of Nick's MLB Rundown. Have a good one.